The sandworm. You are born below the top. Not a light. Nothing. There is no sky. Sand only. Heavy. Killing. Without end. The way it feels on your skin is like 1,000 facts that you can't say. It buries everything, even the start. You are not born into the world. You are buried in it. You don't crawl. You coil. There are foods in there that are older than countries. You go through hundreds of years without seeing the world above. You twist and turn through spirals of stone and quiet. The weight of time shapes your path, not your will. You're not breathing. You take in dirt. You breathe in the desert. It's like a storm inside your chest every time you breathe in. You keep going because the sand doesn't let you stop, think, or be still. I see a sandworm in you, built to dig, born to be hungry, always a threat and never easy to understand. The world above you starts to shake as soon as you move beneath the waves. People say bad things about you. False. A god. Blessing. Wonderful. An alert. But never just living. You are only seen as symbols and are never just allowed to be. But when they call you holy, they do so with a gun pointed at you. They say you are holy, but they're here to strip you. People who pray to you kneel on sand that will swallow them up one day. When you are born, you are not provided with any form of comfort, rather cold. I am not a mother. It's not a den. Simply put, it's a matter of sound, pressure, and intuition. Neither of your arms are wrapped around you. Nobody is there to greet you with a voice. You will learn that life is movement through the rumble of tectonic plates, which will serve as your first dose of comfort music. When you are still, you are dead. The rough fold of the desert is the only thing that will ever be able to give you something to hug. If you are unable to move, you have the sensation that you are going to pass out. It is not to escape that you dig. Rather, it is to endure. In order to conceal oneself rather than to search for something. Like a tube, you are able to cut through time. It is impossible for anyone to locate your footprints. All that remains are empty trails in their minds. A prison is your own body, extensive in terms of miles. It is impossible to pass through since it is ribbed and armoured. A spine that is composed of iron and silt. Both your house and your tomb are taken with you when you leave. Without pausing, your mouth, which is surrounded by a circle of teeth that like a nightmare continues to consume food. It's not for pleasure, not to your liking at all. Nevertheless, because people are perpetually hungry, someone will always be in need of your assistance. You don't have any eyes, so no one can see them. You don't watch the world, you can feel it. Feelings move through you like memories. Each step above is a sentence, every shake, a scream. You answer. Even though you've never seen the sun, you can feel how hot it is in the sand. You live by the beat, by sounds, step by step. Everything above is a pulse and you are the response. To move is to call. Walking wakes you up. You are what the desert gives you for being brave enough to make noise. You are the alert that goes off when the balance is lost. You didn't ask to be a god, though. You didn't ask to be praised. You did not ask to be chased. You didn't choose to be the explorer's worst fear or the story that kids tell each other in the tents. Because quiet didn't give you any other way, you became it. There had to be a voice in the desert, so it made you. They want your body and are after you, for flavor, to get power, to make money. They put their lives at risk to get what leaks from your skin, and they don't care or know how much it costs you. Inside you, there is wealth, your pain, business. To them, you are useful. They are a virus to you. I feel like your pain is a fuel that can be used over and over again. You're not bad. You are very old. Over the course of empires, smarter than urban living. The heat that burnt planets and stars that drew closer to you is something you recall. You bring to mind a time before language, prior to the conquest, prior to the belief. Instead of storing time in your memory, you save it in your bones. You seem to be filled with the reverberations of long-lost civilizations. Memory is hardly a safe place, however. Rather than relying on wisdom, you rely on instinct to survive. You're more of a reactionary than a planner, more hunger than a sense of purpose. Your thoughts are like a compass that does not have a needle. They are constantly searching and whirling. You consume anything that dares to move. The reason is not cruelty, however, because it is the only language that your body is able to comprehend. You are not permitted to be polite and kind, not even force. Nothing but fear. Because of this, you end up becoming what the desert requires, a guy of enormous significance. You are a single, never-ending spiral. You are the combination of cause and consequence. And so they fear you. The instant that your shadow makes contact with the sand, they flee. They open fire. It is a scream. There is some worship. There is a curse. With a weapon in one hand and a prayer in the other, however, none of them come close to being successful. When they are able to survive you, they call it bravery. Nevertheless, when they carve you open, no one could possibly call it cruel. No one, however, is aware of the solitude that lies beneath your plates. Between shocks, there was an unending silence, the anguish of marching forward indefinitely, without ever touching or pausing along the way. As a traveller, you are in a land that does not provide any specific destination. In a labyrinth of shifting walls, there is a ghost. You do not mate, you merge, you do not play, you crush, you do not dance, you ripple. You lack comfort on account of your size, the absence of tenderness in strength. A titan who does not take pleasure in the strength it possesses, nothing but the load. As the myth that cannot forget that it is alive, you are the myth. Because they never stop trying to kill you, your death will be a cause for celebration when they finally succeed in doing so. There is no tragedy. It is not a loss. One more barrel of spice, if you will. An additional tale that is told in taverns. The second prize, this one made from bone. When it comes to your death, they will sing more loudly than they ever did about your life. Your lack of response will be met with applause from them. You can think of your ribs as scaffolding. These teeth turn into sharp blades. Your passing is reduced to a myth. You have transformed your skin into armor, your internal organs to medication. A portion of your heritage has been sold, divided, and eaten. You're a star. You are not loved, though. You have power. You're not free, though. I see the sandworm in you. A god who can't say prayers. A beast that can't rest. A story that is never told on its own. A building that never stopped. You didn't ask to be born either.